I'm going to show you how to make an Mkeka, which is this traditional woven mat for Kwanzaa. So the first thing you need is your black construction paper with strips. Cut through it, not cut all the way to the very end. You want to make sure you write your name on the back of it. The nice part about construction paper is that it is not super dark, so you can write with a pencil or a crayon. And then you also want some strips of construction paper cut. So what you're going to do is you're going to weave these pieces of construction paper in and out of these strips. So I've got my construction paper and I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to go over the first slot and then under the next one. Over this one and under the next one. Under this one, so I'm going over this one. And then I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. And I'm going to push it all the way to the left as far as I can. I've still got a little bit of play in it. At the end, I'm going to glue the edges down, but I'm not going to do that yet. So now I'm going to take my next piece of construction paper and I'm going to use the exact opposite. So instead of starting over, I'm going to start under, and then I'm going to go over, under, over, under, over, under, over. So as you can see, it looks like a checkerboard basically, where I've got green, no green, no green, red, green, black, black, red. So now I'm gonna do the exact same thing with my green one again. So I'm gonna do the opposite of what I did last time. So instead of going under first, I'm gonna start over and then under, over, under, over, under, over, under. So my two green pieces should be following the same pattern and they should be the exact opposite of my red piece. If I mess up and I'm gonna mess up this red one. And I have it where these two are following the same pattern. That's not right. You don't want them to be right next to each other. You wanna have an opposite effect. So you can just pull out the mess up and try again. All right, and then you're gonna do the opposite that you just did with the red. So I'm gonna start over with my green. And there we go. Now I have woven all of my pieces of my mat. I don't have any space on the left or right anymore for them to go. So now my last step is for me to glue the ends on. So I'm just gonna put a dab of glue where it touches the mat at the very end. And that way they don't just like slide out. And I'll do the same thing over here. And then I'm gonna flip it over on the back and do the same thing again, just so that these pieces don't just slide right out. And if you want, you can cut the ends, the extra bits of paper off at the end, because a traditional woven mat, you would probably cut, or you would weave the ends of the yarn into the mat. But because this is just construction paper, we can just cut it right off. And there we go. That is my Mkeka all ready for Kwanzaa.